fully, completely. This thought that we are all responsible parts of one being takes away all the judgment, fear, and the anger. Life is all about your own personal perspective, and that's where you're supposed to be. Let us take 5 people in the room here today and assume a woman screams and runs out of the sanctuary in the middle of my sermon. Well, things would come to a halt for a moment there, and each person of those 5 people would have a different perspective, a different thought that was taking place in their mind. Let's look at that. Personally, I might think that I said something that hurt her feelings, that she didn't agree with, and she just was going to be vocal about it, and she ran out. The second person might have said, well, gosh, I already thought she was odd. So we didn't give it any personal thought past that. The third person might say, well, wow, I saw her talking in the foyer earlier to somebody. She must have been really mad at that person. The fourth person, a good friend, might know that she was watching her phone, which was on vibrate, for a message that was going to alert her when her father passed away in New York. And the fifth person could have cared less. 5 separate perspectives about one single thing that occurred. Now, if they all came together into the back to discuss this occurrence during the service, they would each have a very different story to tell. And if you put all the stories together, you would have a super cacophony of nonsense because none of it was true. The woman actually ran out of the church screaming because she just remembered she left the iron on in the house. Perspective. We don't walk in each other's shoes. We're not in each other's minds. But we sure are very quick to judge. Looking back at other religions for just a moment, some religious beliefs ask that you look for hope and faith, forgiveness and love on the outside. You need to go, you kneel, and you ask somebody else to give it to you. They teach that that's where personal peace can be found, by giving away your issues and problems. Spiritualism doesn't teach that. Again, personal perspective, so that's neither right or wrong. It's just their perspective. Spiritualism teaches that you need to look within to find your center. Look within for love of self. Your forgiveness begins by looking in the mirror and forgiving what you're looking at. Forgive that self in the mirror. Your hope and faith begins by the acknowledgement that you are a part of the one being that is all. And remember that one whole, infinite being that is living out different perspectives, it would never be angry at allowing itself free expression in whichever manner it chose to take. That would just be crazy. For me to decide I'm going to go to the ocean and be angry because I did that. As a spiritualist, we teach that the tool to use to look within is meditation. I'd like to speak about that for just one moment. Spiritualism teaches that meditation is used expressly for self-growth and not for mediumship development. Look within and learn about the wonderful perspective, personality that is you. And when you meditate and you go quietly within, you will hear your truth. You don't want to hear somebody else's truth. You want to get to know you. So meditation is the going quietly within to get to know you. We attune in order to do the mediumship development. We do not meditate. Remember that only your perspective sees others exactly the way you do. We are all unique. Remember not to judge or be critical. We are all one being. Have a wonderful day, or not. Being 1,000 different characters to find ultimate joy in life, remember to see those other characters as the light, the true expression that they truly are, and just enjoy the beauty of their different choices, because it's all right. We don't have to choose their choices. Also remember that we do not have to live out their lives or their past. We can choose another. And the fun part of that is we don't have to learn their lessons. If we're willing to watch that character walk its path, we can say, okay, I don't want to do that. It helps us grow that much faster. What an awesome and fabulous world we get to be a part of. Thank you for being a part in my creation and a part of my now. If we were a bowl of spaghetti, all meshed together, and we are. Who wants to be the meatball on top? Thank you.